Good morning, Gemini. We are here for your March 2019 full month tarot reading. Yes, the screen is dark. I'm dark skinned. What I did is put my hand there to let you know that the camera is on and you will be able to see the cards. I'll make sure that I put them up to the screen. I'm just trying something different with the lighting. Because the other ones have such a glare, and I don't know if y'all are, distracted by that or what. I'm sure y'all will let me know in the comments how you feel. Oh, cards just popping out the half deck. We're not gonna do all that talking, Gemini. I don't have time. We're not gonna do all that talking, but we are going to get into what March 2019 has in store for you. And you know what? I was gonna do the daily, and then just go on about my business, which just means get back in the bed for a little bit because I've been up all night. I've kickstarted a business of mine that I've kind of just been on hiatus from for quite some time, and I've since March started, I've just kind of been in overdrive, like really getting it done. So I've been up all night, but I'm gonna squeeze y'all in, mostly because I'm nosy. Mostly because I'm nosy. I have a lot of Gemini friends and I'm trying to see what's going on. Okay. So we're going to tap into divine wisdom, infinite intelligence. We have source on our side to tell us what energies are available for Gemini in March 2019. Because I really just want to see us all win. So we're going to get into these energies that's going to help us all win. Okay. Starting with the goddess guidance. Goddess guidance. Give us something for Gemini's March 2019. March 2019 for Gemini. Gemini's March 2019. All right, we have inner goddess and divine passion. Ooh. Ooh, I like it. I like it. Okay. The inner goddess card says, awaken the goddess within you through dance, self-care, and appreciating your divinity. So I feel like some Geminis are just waking up to life. I feel it's like you are feeling a renewed, I don't know, a vigor, a fervor, whatever, one of those V words. You're feeling it. I also heard Virgo too, so you may either have Virgo in your chart or you are around Virgos. I don't know. If you don't know your chart, get into it. But yeah, it's like you are just, something is reminding you that you have God power within you, that you are connected to all that is. It's like you are awakening to that. So it's like everything that you do, every time you wake up in March, everything that you do, it's like you are reminded that you have such power and you have such influence on everything that is around you. And here with this divine passion card, which reads, be honest with yourself. What is your heart's true desire? I honestly feel like you're so passionate and you're feeling so alive because I think somebody done lit that fire within you, or you're feeling that fire for someone or something. It's not always a person. Sometimes it's something. Sometimes it's something that really gets your engine going, and you end up being like how I've been. For the past couple of weeks, you up all night getting to it. You focused. You laser focused on something. So it could be that too. The tarot cards, I'm sure, will give us more insight into what that is. But I really do feel like March is such an artistic month for you. I feel like you'll be doing a lot of creating, and in the process of creating, there'll be an artistic flair about it. Like everything that you do, you put your own unique stamp on it. It'll be a way that people know that it's you. It's only you who does things this way. You may hear people saying only that Gemini, replace Gemini with your name, only so and so, would do that. It could be that type of energy, but I'm really feeling just this artistic, flowy, loving life type energy. And I feel like it's inspired by either something or someone that you are extremely passionate about. But just being honest, when I get this card, Divine Passion, it's usually like a twin flame type situation, or somebody that you just wake up one day and you are like, in awe of this person, or you cannot get this person off of your mind, or this person just really makes it makes you hot in the loins. That type of energy. So we're gonna get into these tarot cards and see what they say about this energy. Tarot, give us some insight into what Gemini has going on for them, the major energies, the big things that they should be concerned about or paying attention to in March 2019. March 2019 for Gemini. March 2019 for Gemini. Okay, we have the Seven of Staffs, the Star, Ace of Cups, Three of Swords, Ten of Coins, the Hermit, Seven of Cups, the Hierophant, Ten of Staffs, Page of Staffs, Judgment, and the Eight of Coins. So a good little bit of staffs. A good little bit of staffs I'm seeing here. So that's some energy. I feel like you are really starting to trust yourself. That's definitely going to help you tap into that inner goddess power, God or goddess power. You're trusting yourself more. It may have taken a lot for you to get to the point of trusting yourself, but I feel like you have been inspired by something or someone, just like I said. And this something or someone is either somebody who has big dreams or does things in a big way, or you are inspired by like suddenly having this urge to leave a legacy, to make a name for yourself. I feel a vibe of somebody being a teacher or a leader in your life. It's like you're inspired to really step into that, that goddess energy, and you have such a passion now for life. I feel like it's somebody who triggered that for you. And this is going from, yeah, I keep saying it could be somebody or something, but just like I said with this divine card, I usually feel like it's a person. I'm feeling like it's a person here too, because they're major arcana that are telling me about that. Like the star card, then the hierophant, then judgment. So I feel like somebody came in and maybe they were very soothing to you, or they kind of coached you out of a hard situation, or they are somebody who you've been listening to and they've been teaching you. Like you could be like watching tutorials or listening to podcasts. So all of this renewed passion that you have about life can probably be boiled down to one person who has really been kind of, I feel like, leading you out of the dark almost, and like just kind of calling you to reach your full potential. So let's get into each of the cards individually. In the first one, first card position, we have the Seven of Staffs, which means that you're starting to defend yourself. You're starting to put yourself forward. There is no victim mentality. There is no victim complex here with this card. And if people are seeing this about you in March, then that means that maybe you came from a time when you would kind of blame things on people, or not fully show up to life, or not step up to the plate. And now people are seeing a change in you, whereas you are starting to be like, you know what, um, this doesn't have to be my circumstance. Like, I don't have to put up with this, I don't have to put up with that. You're starting to call the shots in your own life, and I feel like people are starting to see that about you in March, Gemini. There's been a lot of healing, I feel like, and you're also at a point where you can open up and be more real about how you feel and what you want out of life. Like where maybe you used to kind of swallow what you wanted and kind of bite your tongue. I don't feel that energy being here for you in March. And not saying that you're going off on people and being mean, because the star is very aware of their impact on others. But it's like you are able to kind of get out of that place where you just allow people to do any old thing to you, or where you just put up with any old thing, and you're starting to make your mark on your life. And that's going along with that, inner goddess. It's just you're starting to wake up here. And with the star card, this is Aquarius energy. So you could have Aquarius in your chart, or be Aquarius dominant, or be dealing with somebody who is an Aquarius, and they've been able to kind of pull you out of that. And maybe when I say pull you out of that, I don't mean like you owe all of your healing to this person, but I feel like maybe they were a catalyst for it. But really, you start looking at your big hopes and your big dreams, the things that you always wanted for yourself, and realizing that you can actually have them. Like the world is opening up to you, and you're opening up to the world also. there's a lot of vulnerability that I'm seeing here with this card. So a lot of people can't really say that they can get to know a Gemini, because there's so many layers, and there's so much to a Gemini, because you really are mental people. You are big thinkers, and a lot of time you think ahead of other people, so they can't really catch up to you. But I feel the energy here of you opening up, if not to, the people in your immediate circle, then maybe it's that one person who has kind of pulled you out of that energy of, just of having a weak will. And when I say a weak will, I don't mean that you're like a weak person, or you're, like you're a sap or anything. What I mean is that you are starting to control your circumstances. You are not saying that, oh, the system is set up against me, and this person is out to get me, or I can't do that because of this person. It's like you're not taking blame. I mean, you're not putting blame on anyone else. It's like you are starting to, wield your own staff. You go out into the world and you make things happen your way, and it's taken a lot of healing to be able to do that. And as you find yourself healing and getting out of that kind of victim mentality, and getting into a place where you stop blaming other people, you actually see a healing effect on your finances too, when you stop, letting people be the reason why so and so didn't happen, or I couldn't do this because so and so was holding me back. When you stop being in that energy of trying to place the blame on other people, all of a sudden it's like pathways to your hopes and dreams start opening up for you in March. And you have an abundant mindset in March, and I do feel like it does have a lot to do with this kind of healing that you've been doing, this openness that you're exhibiting now. When you get out of defense mode, you are more open. And with the star beside that seven of staffs, it can be like you healing yourself from being defensive. It's like you may have blocked your blessings in the past because you were too busy trying to defend yourself against something that was never really even a threat. It's just you were in that mindset of thinking that, so and so is going to stop me from doing this. So and so is going to stop me from doing that. And as long as you were in that mindset of actually believing that something can stop you, nothing can stop you. But as long as you were believing that something could stop you, you were limiting yourself. But as soon as you start to heal that, and you start to open up and stop being worried about somebody trying to stop you or somebody trying to keep you down, as soon as you block those, thoughts out of your mind, in come the thoughts of abundance, and also comes the evidence of abundance. So you may actually find yourself speaking more positively now. You speak with more positivity. You speak with more passion. You talk to people who speak with positivity. You talk to people who speak with passion. You don't want to really be around people who have that kind of negative mindset. The man got his foot on my neck. Society was built for us to fail. You're not really trying to hear all that talk, because I feel like you see another side of life now, and I think there was somebody who kind of led you to seeing that other side of life. It's like they poured so much into you. Now it's like you've tapped into that same energy, where now you can replenish your own cup. So you don't really even need this person to talk, positivity to you now. It's like you're a believer now. You see that it's real now. You see that there's no reason to be negative all the time now. In the fourth card position, we have Three of Swords. So this is saying that I feel like you've dealt with, actually, because it's coming behind that Ace of Cups. Alone, this is like a card about disappointment and, heartbreak, and you holding on to heartbreak from your past or from your childhood. It could be influenced by your mother. You having these unanswered questions about, like, why me? Why did this happen? Why did it have to be me? Is this just my, path in life? Are bad things gonna always happen to me? I feel like you're shutting that out with this healing that you're doing here. With the healing that you're doing here, with you being open to seeing the abundance of life, I feel like it is, kind of cleansing those wounds so that you can heal them and move forward in a much better energy. In the fifth card position, you have the Ten of Coins, which is about, it's all about wealth and, everything you could want out of life. Just happy life, happy wife, happy family, happy children. You have the trust, you have property, you got money, stacks on racks on racks, all of that. The being known, being a solid figure in your community, being just like in a higher tax bracket, in the upper echelon, all of that energy you have here with the 10 of coins. So with you being on this vibration now of you waking up to life and you making sure that you put your will forward and saying that, you know what, can't nobody stop me. Nothing can stop me. Can't nobody hold me back. I'm going to have this. Now that you are in that type of energy, that's that passion here. When you start thinking on a higher vibration and you start being positive about life and knowing that you can achieve that, that's where that passion comes from. And I feel like there may be somebody who you can see yourself really having all of this with, because if it was like just about you feeling that, it would be like a 9 of coins card, which would mean like, you can sustain yourself and you have the things that you want. I feel like you're going for more than that. You want more than that. You don't just want to be by yourself and have what you want. You want to have a family. You want to, be a family person. You want to be a family woman or a family man, a soccer mom, a football dad, whatever the case may be for you. You want that. You want that life. You want it all. I feel like you want it all. And maybe for the first time in your life, you're actually feeling like you deserve it all. Good for you, babe. Good for you. And here's that Virgo energy. I said earlier that I heard Virgo. There's the Virgo card with the Hermit. It's been a journey. It's been quite a journey for you to get to this point. It has definitely been a journey for you. There's been a lot of dark times. There's been a lot of uncertainty. There could have been like some health issues I'm feeling. It could be like physical health, mental health, or maybe even your spiritual health. Like you were just like spiritually drained, for a long time. But it's been quite a journey for you. There's been some dark times, but I feel like there's been divine favor on you in such a way that even in the darkest of times, there was always something, or maybe even someone who was there for you, who would have your back and kind of keep giving you that gentle push. That's that fire that's here, the fire corresponding or correlating with this passion here. Something always kept you going. So even if you were in the darkest of times, there was always, one thing or maybe even one person who's been there, who would kind of motivate you or give you that fire to keep pushing. But the Hermit is definitely telling me that you have been on quite a path. It's been quite a path to defeat this energy here. When you have like real heartbreak and real pain and emotional wounds, like from childhood or that you experience through family, when your own family breaks your heart, it's a lot to heal from. And Geminis are not ones to come out and just spill all of their feelings like that. Gemini being an air sign, you're more mental. So it would cripple you mentally before it would cripple you emotionally. But because all is mental, it would end up just like landing you in situations where you would end up experiencing more disappointments or more heartbreak because you were holding on to that energy. So maybe you weren't just going around telling people or crying a lot or, opening up and telling people what all your issues were. But because you kind of let these pain and heartbreak and emotional, trauma sit on your brain for so long, it became like just a dark period. Like you kept ending up on a dark road. You kept ending up on a dark path. It could have led to like substance abuse, whether it's like drinking, smoking, abusing like medication, whatever the case may be. It was just like a really dark road on you because you were trying to silence your thoughts. The Hermit energy or the Virgo energy is a very nervous energy. So you would find yourself like just doing things to kind of calm your nerves, going out, getting drunk to forget, or, abusing medication to calm yourself down. That type of energy. I feel like you're coming out of that now because you've healed yourself to the point of having such a strong will that you don't need anything else to help you. That's tapping into that divinity that we're talking about with the goddess guidance cards. When you realize you're an extension of God and an extension of source itself, you don't need nothing else to help you because you realize that your will is strong enough to affect the world around you. In the seventh house position, you have the 7 of Cups. So as you come up out of this energy of having kind of held yourself down because you were mentally kind of stuck in the past, on past disappointments, I feel like as you heal that, you will start to have more offers come in, or more people come into your life. Like a different set of people are coming into your life. But you will have to be paying more attention to the people that you entertain. Because as you shift your perspective on life, how how you kind of vibe with other people is going to change. Some people may bring good to your life. Some people may look like they bring good into your life, but they are really like, a wolf in sheep's clothing, or they may be snakes. So you have to just kind of, keep your grass cut. That's just like the scene back here. It has very low grass. Keep your grass cut. Pay attention to things that people say. Pay attention to their patterns. Pay attention to the energy that you feel when they're around you, and don't get distracted. Because some people will come in, like when you are on a path to healing, there will be tests. There will be people that come in and they will kind of remind you of uh the way you used to be, or the things that you used to pay attention to, or the things that you used to entertain. So you're gonna have to be more in an energy of discernment, where you can kind of look at people and kind of tell where their heart is. You're gonna have to kind of be able to peep what's in the cup without actually drinking from the cup. You don't have to drink the cup to know what's in it. Just take a little smell, have a little sniff, and see what's going on in that cup. If it's for you, then take it. If it's not for you, then put it down. And that's in relation to anybody, in how you deal with people that you may have like a romantic relationship with, how you deal with friends, how you deal with coworkers, how you deal with family, how you deal with strangers. Every person you come into contact with has their own cup. We are all just vessels. We're all Our bodies are just meat vessels. And inside of us is the substance that has been poured into our vessels. So think of each person you come into contact with as a cup. You don't have to drink from their cup to see what's in their cup. You don't have to get involved with the person to really know what they're about if you have a spirit of discernment. And I feel like you've gone through enough with that hermit card to be able to kind of discern whether somebody has a good energy or not. Moving to this eighth card position, we have the Hierophant. And again, I feel like this is an energy of somebody who has been like kind of coaching you, teaching you, leading you along the way to change, to have this spiritual change. In the eighth card position, this is about how we dive into the depths of ourselves and really, kind of wade through the muddy and mucky waters to figure out what we need to change or what we need to heal. The two and the eight are they're opposite houses on the zodiac wheel. So that means they're completely opposite of each other. So one is on this side, the other is on this side, and they play a tug of war until they get perfect alignment. So here you have the healing and then you have the teaching. So I feel like somebody may have in the Hierophant, they can you know, the Hierophant is kind of associated with like, courthouse figures or a judge or even like a preacher. So there's a certain type of formation you have to be in when you go up into that courthouse. You can't go before a judge, slouching and looking any kind of way, talking any kind of way. You can't go in front of no preacher. Looking, yeah. But you can't go in front of no preacher just, like talking any kind of way and come in with any old type of energy. Most of the time when you get in front of either a judge or a preacher, you're gonna straighten up a little bit. So this person who has, played a big part in you healing, maybe they had to be a little stern. They had to kind of balance out being sweet with being stern. Like, yeah, this person is very, very comforting and nurturing and sweet and good to you, but they can also turn into that energy like you need to straighten up, you need to step up and do right. So that's the type of energies that you have here that have been pulling on you, and I feel like that has helped you to kind of straighten up or kind of like, just see that you are worth more than what you have been giving yourself. With the seven of staffs and that 10 of coins, this is somebody who knows that they are worth more, that they deserve more. And somewhere along the line, I feel like somebody has kind of coached you into an energy of knowing that you deserve more, of knowing that you need to go ahead and drop that mental fog that you may have been in and come out of that and have a revelation. The Hierophant in that eighth card position is like a revelation. You've had a deep spiritual revelation that you have power over your environment, that you are not a victim. Maybe in your childhood, yeah, but everybody's path is their path for a reason. And the path comes with good and bad. That's that hermit beside the Seven of Cups. Your path is going to come with good and bad. It's up to you to make sure that you give yourself what you want in the future by correcting parts of your past that did not feel so good to you. It's a big spiritual change that I'm feeling here for Gemini in March. As we get into the ninth position card, we have the Ten of Staffs. And it's a lot. This sense of newness, this new mentality. In the beginning, it's a lot. It will get easier, but you will have to keep reminding yourself because, of course, with any new change anyone makes, there's going to be some backsliding. There's going to be some times when you kind of relapse into that old thinking. You have to be the one who's on guard 24/7 for yourself. And that's a big job. When I tell you accountability is one of the hardest things for humans to grasp, it's hard for a person to really take a look at themselves and be like, I'm the only one responsible for making sure that I get this. Can't nobody else give me this. I have to go get this. I have to put in the action and put in the work to deserve this 10 of coins. I can't just say, oh, I want it. I deserve it. And being a victim mentality, a lot of times saying that you deserve something while you're still kind of in the victim mentality of thinking somebody should give it to you, that's like entitlement. You don't want to be in an entitled state of mind. You want to be open enough to say, okay, this is all me. It came up, that's all me. And these cards are right behind each other. This is you knowing you deserve better and doing what it takes to get it with that 10 of staffs. This is you saying, okay, if I want this 10 of coins, I have to get myself right. And yeah, it may take a lot of work. Accountability is hard work. It's harder than manual labor. You can go through your whole life having a job, working from sun up to sundown at a factory, but if you don't take no accountability for yourself, that's going to be easier than a person who, have all the riches in the world, but they are accountable for themselves. Accountability is a 24/7 job. It's a 24/7 job for real. Ain't no job in the world harder than taking responsibility for yourself. And I feel like in March, Geminis are taking up that job. I feel like y'all really are you putting in the work. You putting in the work. You saying, I know what I deserve. I know who I can be. I know what I want out of life. Let me go get it. Let me not sit back anymore and say that so and so is holding me back, that the system is holding me back. The white man is holding me back. You don't have no excuses. You know what I'm saying? There's absolutely nothing that can stop you from breaking into a new reality if you want it. And that's the type of excitement, that's the type of passion, that's the type of vigor that you're moving with in March. That's where you see that inner divinity, that inner goddess, and that divine passion is like, you know what, I'm gonna get mine. I'm up next. I'm coming for everything that nobody ever wanted to give me. Look, you ain't gotta give me nothing. I'm gonna go get it. Gotta go get it. Gotta go get it. That's the page of staff's energy. Gotta go get it. Gotta go get it. Waking up early. I feel like I need to be. This is a person that drink coffee and be jittery as hell. That's the page of staff's energy. Except the page of staffs ain't drink no coffee. That's just their energy. It's like I'm gonna go get it. I'm gonna go get it. This is mine. This is mine for the taking. I know what I want. I see that. I want it. I'm gonna go get it. I see this person. I want him. I want her. I'm gonna go get it. I see this job. I want that. I'm gonna go get it. I see this business. I want that. I'm gonna go build it. That's that page of staff's energy. It's like ain't really no time to think. And that's another thing too with the hermit spends a lot of time analyzing, and a lot of people like to feel like being a thinker is it's such a skill, and I'm uppity because I think, and I am because I think, and all of that energy. But I'm gonna tell you, ain't nothing like a person who just gonna go and get it. With the hermit card, know just enough to understand what you're doing, then get on it. With the page of staffs, you don't have to sit there and go over and over and over and over something in your mind, because really all that is saying is that you don't feel like you know enough, or you don't feel worthy enough to actually go get it. If you sit there and fantasize about something, but you're not putting in no work to go get it, that's telling the universe that you don't deserve it, because you won't even get off your ass and go get it. So why should the universe come deliver it to you? Or you won't even take any steps toward it. So why should the universe take any steps in bringing it toward you? You know what I'm saying? The universe is only going to give you what you give it. So it's like now you're around people that call you to be more, to do more, to have more. You paying attention to energies of people who call you to be more, who call you to do more. You may be kind of elevating out of the same circles that you've been in. Maybe you find yourself kind of bored with the people that you've been around because you realize they really ain't talking about nothing. They really ain't doing nothing. Maybe they are talking a lot, but they ain't doing nothing. They've been in this energy, the same energy that you were embodying, but you have to remember everybody is on the same timeline. So you may find yourself vibrating out of that talking all the time or thinking all the time about something, and now you actually doing it, and they still may be talking. You may be doing a lot of talking. I'm gonna do this, we're gonna do this. Big boy moves, big girl moves, blase blase, and all that extra stuff, doing all that talking, but ain't nothing changing for these people. And you starting to look around and realizing you kind of in a judgmental fashion. This is the judgment card, but ain't nothing wrong with judgment. That's how you survive. A good sense of judgment will keep you alive. You looking around like, okay, this person just talking. They ain't making no moves. They've been talking the same shit for the past 2, 3, 4 years and they did nothing. Meanwhile, this person who been trying to urge me to get up and get out and do more with my life, and who been telling me that everything that I desire I can have, and kind of just, kind of pushing me to do more and to heal myself and to open up and have more. They've done more in about what 6 months than the person that I've been hanging around has been doing in 6 years. I need to change my circle. So I feel like you'll be kind of making some judgments and maybe some cuts there. But really, in a 12 card position to wrap everything up for the month is like you really are starting to put in the work. You're passionate about something. And when you're passionate about something, you don't see no time and you don't need no wages. This is the kind of card of somebody who knows that they have something to offer the world, or they know exactly what it is that they want out of life. And don't nobody need to compensate them in order for you to do it. This is like, don't nobody need to come and hold your hand for you to get out of bed every morning and go get it. This is the energy of don't nobody need to tell you what steps to take. You'll find the steps to take on your own because you're so passionate about what it is that you want. That 10 of coins, you're so passionate about it that you'll get off your ass and you'll find a way to make it happen. And this is just really calling you to become your highest self, and you're excited about it. Yeah, it's going to be some work. Yeah, it may be a little uncomfortable as you try to get used to this new sense of responsibility of being responsible for yourself. But it's like, you know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it anyway because I know what I want, and I know that I can have it. And I've been inspired to go get it. All I got to say is, the person who kind of pulled you out of that rut, pay homage. Pay homage. Give them their due respect. Give them their due acknowledgement, because everybody don't have that. Everybody don't have somebody that's gonna come and say and try to speak life into you. I feel like you've been blessed, Gemini, having people around you who will speak life into you. If it's not one person, it's a couple people. I can't say it's a lot because it ain't a lot of people on this vibration. I'm gonna be honest with you. So I don't feel like it's a lot of people, and you do have folks in your circle that you need to kind of watch a little bit. I'm feeling, especially with the Gemini reading I did a couple of weeks back, talking about figuring out who really has your back. I still feel that energy of you needing to kind of look at people and discern whether they are for your best good or for your highest good. I don't care how long they've been in your life. You have to know what kind of people you can take with you into this work, into this life, into this vibration. Because everybody that you grew up with can't come with you into the riches, into the lavish, into the stable, into the abundance, into the prosperity. If they were meant to come with you, chances are they probably would not be in your same situation. So you have to look at people and figure out what it is. Like I said, look at them, kind of sense what's in their cup, what kind of energy, what kind of spirit they bring into you. Because I feel like you're really getting ready to move to a much higher level in life, or at least you're being called to a much higher level in life. March is going to require a lot of work out of you. Excuse me, and maybe not physical work. So don't think just because I say work that I mean that it's gonna require you to be like sweating and dog tired every day. That sense of accountability, that being accountable for yourself, that's hard work. That rising to the challenge, rising to the heights that somebody already knows that you are capable of is going to take hard work. That healing of, maybe toxic patterns or toxic mentality that you've been holding on to, finding that value within yourself where you know you deserve more than you've ever had before, that takes work. And that's the hardest work we do here as humans. Once you've done that work, or once you get comfortable with that work, because I can honestly say it's never done. Trust me on that. It's never done. But once you get comfortable with that work, you're good. You good. You're gonna start seeing the world open up for you in ways that you never even imagined. So that has been your March 2019 reading, Gemini. Let's see, Kyle said any Gemini and Gemini energies in this reading. Well, Kyle, it says Gemini March full month tarot reading. You know, all it takes is a little bit of listening and a little bit of reading, just a little bit. All right. Well, thank you so much. Whoever watched the live, those who watched the readings, I'm rooting for you, Gemini. I'm rooting for you, Gemini. I want you to win. I absolutely do. I love Geminis. I want you to win. Take that accountability. You ain't the only one out here being accountable for yourself. Yeah, it's a hard journey, but you can connect with those of us who are also on that journey with you. And we a tribe. We strong out here because it's only a few of us. The Bible said the laborers are few. It's a very few of us who actually want to do the work to transcend spiritually. The laborers are few, but we tight. We real tight knit. We real close knit. So find people that are on that same vibration, and you're gonna be good. Okay. So thank you for watching. I'll catch y'all next time. I'm your Empress Divine, Miss Tasha Turner herself. Thank you. Bye.